Mahjong friends, welcome. In this live clinic, we're taking a look at house rules or table rules to make your Mahjong game more fun. Is it even possible to do that? Find out how, join us tonight, and we'll start discussing that. If you're on here, pop in the chat. I would love to hear from you, to say hi and what state you're from. We're almost, we have 29 out of 50 states. We still have lots to go where our Mahjong friends are. We're looking for Maine, Delaware, Maryland, some of the East Coast states, some middle states here. You know where you're from. So hi everyone, welcome. We'll get right into tonight's topic, and we can always go back to this as everybody's popping on. Hi Kathleen, you're always here. So happy you're here. Good to have you tonight, Kathleen. We're going to go into our house table rules. Now, I can't say I'm an expert on this. I personally teach National Mahjong League rules. I never teach house rules to my students because it just becomes so confusing. And even tonight, when I was putting this all together, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff out there. But I'm going to show you the best I can what's out there. So again, we're talking about table or house rules. These are not National Mahjong League rules, and these are things that you can use in your game in your own personal home or space among your group of players. These can make the game more interesting, it can make the game easier or more enjoyable for some. And I'm repeating this multiple times, this is not National Mahjong League rules. So the problem with that is if you have a question, you don't really have a place to go and ask because you've created this rule. And again, it's whatever your group agrees upon and is acceptable in your house game. I'm sure there are many, many, many more that I have not listed here. So if you're on and you have one that I don't go over, pop it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I'll be creating a whole playlist on my YouTube channel about house rules. Currently on there, there's already it's been on there for a while. It's how to play with 3 players. Oh, hi, Sue, you made it on tonight. Welcome, Sue. Sue sometimes comes in late. And we have JL, which I think is Linda, if I remember, from Ohio. And we have Deb. Hi, Deb. So our very first house rule or table rule is not building walls. Some people just dump the tiles face down and mix them up, and they just play, they pick their 13 and 14 tiles that way, and then they discard, they push them over to the side and they discard and just randomly pick tiles. They still play by National Mahjong League rules, but they don't build the walls. Number 2, not rolling the dice, or they don't break the wall. Or they always pick at the number 7 or 8 to break the wall. So some people just push out the wall and they just start playing. They don't break the wall. Some people break the wall at a certain number. They might have a favorite number. Sometimes people forget dice. So they're like, oh, we don't have dice. Let's just not break the wall. There are people who don't use dice, but they use an app on their phone called Dice Roller, which sounds like lots of fun. I guess you just put that in your phone. It's an app called Dice Roller, and you can just hit that and it rolls the dice for you. Another person had suggested to use just ask Siri to roll the dice, and she will roll the dice for you, which is so interesting. We all have phones. And another person suggested to just pick a random tile on the table, and whatever that number is, that's how you break the wall. Obviously, it would only be from 1 to 9, but at least it's giving you a way to break the wall. Number 3, pay double if doubled rolled. So for those of you who do break the wall, a table rule is when you roll doubles to break the wall, so we'll say double 5, so that's 10, you get to pay double if you win that round. Number 4, the dealer is the true dealer, meaning that they deal out all the tiles to the players. However, you're supposed to self-pick, but sometimes they just let the dealer deal. Someone's asking if this is American Mahjong. Yes, this is American Mahjong, but tonight we're going over house rules. Later in this episode, I will play a regular game for American Mahjong. We're doing house rules. We are at number 5, 14 tile game. So this was interesting to me. there's two types of games that are 14 tiles. It's the 14 tile game and future. So the first one, 14 tile game. You start with 14 tiles. Everyone picks 14 tiles. When it's your turn, you throw a tile and then you pick. You will always have 14 tiles in your rack. If you pick your winning tile, you must wait until your next turn to call Mahjong. So interesting, because remember, you're discarding first and then picking. If someone throws your winning tile, you may call it just the same as if you were playing regular Mahjong, and once you pick up the tile, it's yours, and you call Mahjong. Even though you probably have 14 tiles on your rack, you'll probably discard one to end your turn. Again, I'm not 100% how all these house rules work. I was just doing some research and finding them. Number 6, future. This one's an oldie. It's from the 1950s. A tile held on top of your rack. So you have 13 tiles and your 14th is held on top of your rack, and it belongs to the player on their next turn. They always are picking ahead, so that tile was picked ahead. On your next turn, you will pick that tile up, put it in your rack, and you will discard and pick up a new tile for the next turn. The one part that was interesting, that if somebody calls for a tile and does an exposure, the future tile that's sitting on top of your rack gets passed to the person, I believe, obviously to your right, because that's how we play. It was an interesting concept, and again, you can just Google some of these and find them on the internet if you want more information about them. Number 7, atomic. This happens at the very beginning of the game when you are dealt your tiles before the Charleston. If you have no jokers or no flowers, and it looks like you can get 7 random pairs, so we're not looking at the card, we're just random pairs, you can declare yourself atomic. If you pick a flower or a joker, then you no longer can be atomic and you say you're off. And then the other thing is that if you say you're atomic, no one in the Charleston is allowed to pass you a flower. Number 8, hot wall. A hot wall is the last wall. So that would be the wall that you broke if you play that way. Is the last wall. No one is permitted to throw what is considered a hot tile. That means if you can't account for 3 or of the same tiles, you can't throw it. Flowers, and again, those tiles you can't account for, are hot tiles. If you do throw a hot tile, you pay for the entire table if the person wins Mahjong. Cold wall. The last wall, again, unable to call for a tile for Mahjong. You must pick it yourself from the cold wall. You can't make an exposure from any discard from that final wall. Number 10. This was so interesting. I found it in many terms. It's called a mush, a mish, a shmush, or a rush. I don't even know if I spelled that right. They all seem to be quite similar. It's at the end of the Charleston, typically after the courtesy. All 4 players may place 3 to 5 tiles face down in the center of the table. The tiles are mixed, then East will start and picks the number of tiles that she put in the center of the table. And it continues in order until everyone has picked their number of tiles. So you could possibly get a tile that you were maybe got discarded at one time and you're hoping to find it. Someone also stated in my research they rarely get anything new from this. It's usually the tiles that they've already seen passed around, but it's a fun time. We are number 11. It's called Joker Face Up. Another fun rule. A joker is removed before the mixing of the tiles at the end of the previous game. East gets to put the joker in her wall wherever she wishes, and everyone knows who gets it during the deal or play. It's just a fun way to do it. They do it face up. Then we have what's called super jokers or blanks. So sometimes your set comes with additional 2 tiles that are jokers or more, or even blanks. Sometimes you have 4 blanks. People use those tiles as a fun way to play, calling them super jokers. They either put a special marking on them that says Super Joker, or they just use blank tiles. And this is how they're used. A player can exchange a tile for any discarded tile, except for jokers. We can't pick up jokers. And they can do this at any time during the game if they have a Super Joker. It just isn't on their turn. Once a blank tile is discarded, however, or exchanged, no one can pick it up off the table. There's also another rule that I found with Super Jokers, and this goes against National Mahjong League rules, but remember, we're talking table rules. Super Jokers can be used in a pair or for a single. Now, you probably all guessed at that, but remember, we're talking about house rules, and so these are just fun rules people implemented. Number 13, wall game payout. So sometimes when there's a wall game and you play for money, typically it would just end and you would start your new game. Nobody would get paid. But sometimes people put 25 cents into a pot, either to be used as they wish for maybe lunch, or they donate it to charity when it gets full, or they'll use that pot to pay somebody else's pot if they've gone pie. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's okay. That's if you play for money. So if you don't play for money, you're not going to understand it. So that was wall game payout. Number 14, Siamese Mahjong. Now, although Siamese Mahjong follows National Mahjong League rules, it is different in the sense that you play with 2 racks and you're playing 2 hands at the same time. So those are a nice way to play Siamese. And this final one was quite interesting. So, National Mahjong League rule is when you play with 3 players, you do not, and I repeat, do not do the Charleston. But we all love to do the Charleston, so most people have made up ways to do the Charleston with 3 players. The first one, 3 players deal to the 4th player. Her tiles go on top of the rack, that's the dummy wall, and you take tiles from there. You take, if you're grabbing your first left, you take 3 tiles from the dummy wall, if that's the person on your right. And then you place tiles on your left, you put them on the dummy wall. So you're constantly switching tiles out. Deal to the 4th player, you just create all the tiles on top of the rack and you use them to swap out for your Charleston. Now, the next thing I found was to pick 1 tile. Each player picks 1 tile from the dummy wall, and so that creates 3 if each of the 3 players picks 1. They make sure it's not a joker and they put it in the center. So every time you do your passing, you're grabbing the tiles that are in the center. So if you put your tiles to the right, they go in the center. The person across from you is picking those up in the center. A clear video on this is on YouTube. I have a video for this to make it much clearer than me speaking. The next one is most common, I think. People make 7 or 6 rows of 3 on the dummy wall, and they take the dummy wall and it becomes part of the Charleston. So again, it's usually 6 or 7 passes, and they put those in a row and they pick from there. What I find so interesting with that one is there's always an issue at what wall comes next, because you have this dummy 6 rows in front, and then you want to push that wall out, but you can't because the rows are there. So that's why it's a made-up rule, so it's up to you which wall comes out next. And the latest one I heard, which I have never ever played, but I was told about it, is called a mishi. I don't even know how to say it, and the spelling might not even be correct. It's the best way we came up with. This is again an alternate way to play with 3 players. So I'm going to give you a rundown, but pretty soon I'm going to put a video up on it. So if you're interested in this, you can reach out to me at the email above, and I will send you the directions on how to play this. So I'm going to put a video out though shortly. So here's how it goes. The mishi way of playing, or mishi, is you watch the tiles face down, so you're shuffling them as you always do. Instead of building a wall, you just keep them flat on the table. You do roll the dice to establish who East is going to be, and this is only done at the beginning. East will pick her 14 tiles randomly, and the other 2 players, because remember only 3 players, will pick 13 tiles randomly from the tiles that were mixed on the table. Remember, no walls. At the start of the Charleston, it's kind of like a triangle. You're passing in a triangle rather than a square. You pass 3 tiles to the left. So the person, if you're sitting across from somebody, you have to pass to the left, and that's the dummy wall. You're going to pass across to you. So it's like a triangle. You pass 3 tiles to the left again. Then you take 3 tiles and place it in the front of your rack, and that's called the Mahj. It's like building the wall, but you're creating another little wall rack. Then you take and pick 3 random tiles from the tiles laid out, and then you do 3 tiles to the right, 3 tiles to the right again, and then you place 3 tiles in front again, make the Mahj. It's like building the wall. You pick 3 new tiles from the tiles just randomly laid out. And then you take optional courtesy. Again, you could take 0 to 3 tiles, whatever you choose. It would replace the tiles from what you put out there. So you put 3 tiles in and you grab 3 tiles. You put 2 tiles in, you grab 2 tiles. All of the tiles in front of the rack, the Mahj, are integrated into the stockpile again. So you shuffle the tiles again, the remaining tiles that are left. The dice is placed to the right. They will become East next game, and you're just using the dice as a marker. They're not going to break a wall because there are no walls. And to start the game, East discards an unwanted tile because remember they have 14 tile. The game is played as National Mahjong League rules. The next player to the right picks a random tile from the stockpile and discards. The game continues in this fashion to the right. Again, there's no building of the walls or dealing. There's no distribution of the tiles. You can get jokers because you're randomly picking. You're kind of in control of where you pick, no, not the next one on the wall. So this is a fun alternate way to play 3-player. So look in the future for a video on that. I hope to do that shortly when I have some time. I've been very busy teaching, which is a good thing. So again, these are house rules. They're table rules. And be sure to put your table rule in the comment below or which one you found so interesting. And I hope to have a whole playlist out there on table rules. You can click on it in the description and see more videos on all of these table rules. So let's see, we have, where did we leave off? Hi Shirley, welcome. Hi Diana, welcome. Dawn is from New Jersey. Hi Dawn. Susan says, do you prefer to play with bots instead of live game online? So Susan, I don't play a live game online because sometimes I have problem getting everybody together to play on ilovemahj. I've asked several times for people to play with me and it's just not worked out. So that's why I play with bots. I would like to play live people also because that would be interesting. I have played live on here. We used to have a 1 o'clock game on Tuesdays where anybody was welcome to join, and I did play a few times with people. I do still work. I do teach Mahjong, so I'm busy, and so Tuesdays I have a class and I'm not able to play at 1 o'clock. Hi Sue, yes, Sue saying Siamese isn't a house rule. Gladys Grad invented it. So Gladys Grad does not work for the National Mahjong League, so it's a game that she made up, so I'm calling it a house rule. Although the game is played with the National Mahjong League rules, it is double racks, and nowhere in the Mahjong Made Easy book is the Siamese Mahjong. So in my terminology, it's a house rule. In Siamese, they sometimes you can use the National Mahjong League rule, but Gladys Grad, who invented it, she also comes up with her own card, so you can purchase that through her site. If you just type in Siamese Mahjong, it'll come right up. Oh, thanks Kathleen. She said great rundown of some common table rules. I always prefer to play National Mahjong League rules. So do I, Kathleen. And the reason behind that, just personally for myself, is I don't want any arguing. So if there is arguing, I have a book to refer to, and I can show them in black and white where the rule is. And I know everybody says, oh, but we're so nice. I play with nice people, but we like to play by the rules. So it's good to have some sort of reference. When you play house rules, it's things that people made up. So make sure you write the rules down and just make sure everybody agrees upon them. And as long as you're having a good time. Kathleen said, do you mean you want to play with people like us during these Tuesday night live streams? Yes, Kathleen, I would love to play with you guys, but I always said, like, it's really hard to get people on here. I don't know if people don't want to play the teacher or they're afraid to be on live. I would love to do that. It's just I've not had success with it. So we're going to go on and we're going to play a little bit tonight on I Love Mahj, playing National Mahjong League rules. So again, if you'd like to play on I Love Mahj and give it a go, playing National Mahjong League rules, you can go on for 3-week trial instead of the 2 weeks they normally give you, which is 14 days. You can use my code CB and join on I Love Mahj. I appreciate everyone being on here tonight, and if you haven't already, click subscribe so you know when those new videos get posted and when I go live. And when you do click subscribe, make sure you do the down button and click all so you can get notification for all videos that go live. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this small presentation on alternate ways of playing and house rules. Give me a thumbs up, and if you want to share this with a friend, maybe you say, hey, I think we should try this in our game, you're more than happy to do that. Oh, and I should also mention there's lots of people that play alternate hands. They create own hands for the holidays. I did see that a lot around Christmas time. There was a group, I'm in New Jersey, so there's a group in LBI. They created a whole holiday card. I thought it was so cute with holiday theme patterns, like one said 12/25, 2023. So it was quite cute. You can create your own hands. So that's an alternate way of playing also. So share this with a friend if you want to incorporate one of these in your game, and you can talk about it and then look it up on Facebook or just type it in your Google and maybe you can find it. Anyone who has already subscribed, I totally appreciate it. We hit 9,000 subscribers and we're well on our way to 10,000 subscribers. I can't wait. That's going to be so exciting. If you're someone who also loves canasta, you can check out my other YouTube channel called Canasta Class, and it would be great for you to check that out also if you're into canasta. Shortly, I hope to start doing lives on there, teaching strategy and the basics also. I do have videos already on there, but I hope to do lives also. So let's hop on over to I Love Mahj. And before I do that, I want to tell you next week, I think we're going to talk about 12 key skills you need to play Mahjong, and at the very least, how you can work on them to become a Mahjong maven. So that's my exciting topic for next week. If you have a topic that you would like me to present, please post it in the chat below or email me at mahjongclass@yahoo.com. Which is below or above, or to the right or to the left. There's my email, and go ahead and do that. Kathleen says, that's amazing, I have 9,000 subscribers. And Sue says she wants to learn canasta. So Sue, go on over to my YouTube channel, or you can reach out to me and I can teach you virtually. I do lots of classes virtually. I love canasta, it's lots of fun. Let's move on over to I Love Mahj. On I Love Mahj, we're going to play Game Launch. We're going to play with bots, official game, and I'm doing advanced because it's been working out pretty good for me. We're not open to live games tonight. And we're start. And so we're going to sort by Sue, and we have a pair of threes, and that seems to be it. So threes, we have to think about where we could use threes. Obviously 2023, but we don't have the white dragon, so I'm not really going to go there. We can't use threes in 2, 4, 6, 8. We could use 3s in any like numbers, but I do not have any additional 3s. We have addition hands. We have 3 plus 3 is 6. I don't have 3s, but we could try that if we somehow pull more 3s. Quints we're not going to play, no jokers. Consecutive run, I could play 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. I could keep low numbers. In 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, I could keep all the odds. And then in Wins and Dragons, we're going to pass. We have no wins. We could play 3, 6, 9. I'm almost thinking 3, 6, 9. And singles and pairs, if you look at that line, that category or section, that whole category is the entire card. If you go back in some of my other videos about singles and pairs, I explain that each of the lines actually go to a category. So take a look at that. I'll post it in the description below about singles and pairs and how to understand that. But essentially, if I decided I want to play 3, 6, 9, there's only the third hand that would be in 3, 6, 9. So I'm going to incorporate that third hand in singles and pairs with the category of 3, 6, 9. So let's do 3, 6, 9 and get rid of everything else. And I had also said maybe we could do 3 plus 3 is 6. We'll see what happens. If I wanted to keep low numbers, I could try to do that. I don't know if I can do all this at once, but we'll put everything over. So we want 3, 6, 9 and low numbers. So we have a 7, an 8, and a 5. We could do it. We still have 3, 6, 9 and low numbers. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, sort again. We have more 3s, but now we have a north. I don't think we're going to play that north. We're going to do 3, 6, 9 and low numbers. So I have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get rid of this 4. A south. Oh, now we have 3, 4, 3, 4. We can maybe keep that and a 9. Still working on 3, 6, 9. Let's stay with 3, 6, 9. Oh, that's 3, 4, 3, 4. We could try that. Let me pull that back. Maybe get rid of the 2. Oh, we're getting some dragons now. I'm not sure we're going to use them. We're going to continue because I don't have a hand yet. So I'm going to stick with the 3, 6, 9, get rid of these 4s. So 3, 6, 9 in one suit with the green dragons. There's not a matching dragon here in 3, 6, 9. They're opposite dragons. I don't think we're going to use these unless we go for the singles and pairs hand. So we can get rid of 1 green. We don't have to make a choice yet, really, because we have 3 to pass. So let's pass it. This is the second left. An 8, a north, and I said we only would need 1 green, so I'm going to get rid of the other green. An 8, a 1, and a 4 we don't need.
Courtesy pass.
And then we picked up a 9 and a 6. So we really only have 1 tile. So let's look at the hands. If we played line number 1, I want to use these 9s because I have 3 of them. So we do 3 and 6 in one suit and 6 and 9 in another. That would be the first one. So we probably do, so we could slide these over if you want to keep track of which ones you want to keep. Then we would do, the second hand would be 4 flowers, which we don't have any flowers. I'm not even probably going to look at that. That's a little hard. We could do the next hand, which would be maybe, that's hard too because we have 3s here. We could do 3, 6, 3, 6 with 9. So we could pull this 6 over. That's a stretch. 3, 6. 3, 6 with the 9s. We don't have any 3s here. The next hand you need 2 flowers, and then those dragons, we don't have any flowers. The next hand is 3, 6, 9 all in one suit, which we have, and then you can have repeating numbers at the end. We can have 9s and 9s, or we can have 6s and 6s, or 3s and 3s, but we don't have that. The next one is 6s with the red dragon. So we would do this 6 here with the red dragon. So we did not use this green dragon. So I'm thinking we can at least let 2 go. Let's do 2. Oh, I was keeping the green dragon in the thoughts that we could play 3, 6, 9 in singles and pairs. That's a toughie because we're missing all the red for 3, 6, 9. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna do 2. And we picked up a 5 and 8, so we're gonna move on.
8 bam, 8 crack.
Kathleen said 3, 6, 9 is such a challenging category for me. Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned this probably in one of my other videos. When I first started learning, I started trying to keep track of my wins and W-I-N, wins, and I never played in 3, 6, 9. My brain could not get 3, 6, 9 at all. So when I played online and I was practicing, I forced myself to play 3, 6, 9 just to get that in my, I guess, vocabulary or in my brain that I could play that, because it is a good category to play. I don't think many people do play it because it's all the way over on the right. You usually pick a hand before you even get over there. So give yourself a try doing that. Someone said that the dot challenge, which is where you put dots on everything that you win, is kind of silly. I don't find it silly. I think it's a great way to see where you play the most or where you win, and then challenge yourself to learn another category. And that's, like I said, the 3, 6, 9 category. So you would see that you don't have any markings there, and you can try to play that. Sometimes winning isn't always the goal. Sometimes it's just a personal challenge to learn new things for your brain so that you have good brain health.
8 bam, 8 bam.
So far we've gotten nothing as we're chatting here. Oh, we got a 9. Oh, if we play that 3, 6, 9, the closed hand, we need that green back.
7 bam,
But we'll try and see what happens.
north. 5 crack.
Oh, we got the 6. Oh, we could play the 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 with the red and 3, 6, 9. I'm gonna get rid of this 6.
6 dot, 9 dot. South. 5 bam. 2 bam.
That would be crazy that I gave up that green dragon. Oh, there it is.
South. 6 bam.
Can't call for anything.
8 crack. 9 dot.
All the 9 dots are going out. That's a bummer.
3 dot. 5 bam.
We could play the closed hand in 3, 6, 9.
4 dot. 4 bam. 1 crack. Call. 9 bam.
We're not going to call anything yet. We're going to wait and see how it goes. Oh, we got a joker. Let's get rid of this 9 dot.
9 dot. Green.
Oh, there goes the other green.
Green.
Ah, we're not going to play the singles and pairs hand. There's only 1 green left, and I doubt we'll be ready for that.
8 crack. 6 crack.
So let's take a look before we let this go. I'm thinking we should play the closed hand. We have 3, 6, 9. We need another 3. We could let 1, 6 go here. Or we can play with the red dragons. I think this is the second 6 that went out. Let's double check that. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it's the first 6, so let's let this go. We still have a choice.
7 dot. Flower. Red.
Yikes, there goes red.
6 dot. Call. West.
Oh, 6 dots are over there now.
8 crack. West. 1 dot. Call. West.
Ones. Must be 1, 2, 1, 2 in consecutive run. Oh, wow. We have the 6s. Shall we try for the closed hand? Because we could use this here. Or we can play, we have these 6s. We need more red dragons. There's only 1 red dragon out. We could call for the next one. We can call for the next 6. And we could call for a 3s. That's probably a safer one. All right, let's get rid of the 9 because we're gonna play 3, 6, 9, 6 and 9 with cracks. I think that's what we're gonna play. So we can get rid of all of these. I hope that looks good to everyone because we're ready to call on everything. I think let's double check that 6 crack. I feel like 1 went out. I know 1 went out, but I feel like another one went out, but I guess not. I'm not seeing it. Okay, so let's get rid of this 9.
9 crack. 9 dot. 2 band.
So any of our tiles goes out for each of the 4 groupings we're calling.
7 dot. 7 band.
Maybe we'll get a joker
2
exchange.
band. South. East. 4 dot. Green. 5 crack.
Oh, 1 bam. They don't need it. They're playing 1, 2, 1, 2.
1 band.
Oh, Kathleen said my 9 bam is already out. Oh, bummer, Kathleen. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's tough. We'll see what happens.
5 crack.
We'll get a joker swap.
9 crack. Flower. 3 dot. 8 dot.
I was hoping somebody called for that 8 so we could do a swap.
1 bam. 4 crack. Call. 6 bam.
Oh, 4s and 6s in 2 different suit. Wonder what they're playing. They could be playing line 4 and 2, 4, 6, 8.
1 bam. 3 bam. North. 3 bam.
So I'm gonna call this and I need a Kong. So let's call that.
Call. 8 dot. Flower. 6 bam. 5 dot. Mah Jongg.
Oh boy. So not too bad, but we did have quite a bit to go. We needed another 6 crack, and then we also needed a few red dragons. So we had a little bit of way to go. Annie was holding on to one of my red dragons, and does anybody have my 6 crack? Oh, and my 6 crack. It's interesting, those spots, how they hold on to those tiles. Let's see, what did Amstead do? Amstead played 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive run, line number 2. Annie played any like numbers with 7s. She had a long way to go. And Kurt played consecutive run 1, 2, 1, 2, line 6, which is one of my favorite hands. I do like that one. That was excellent. So yes. Oh, thanks, Sue. Sue said good effort. Oh, when the bot has 5 jokers, there's a lot to do. Yeah, the bot had 5 jokers. Thanks for pointing that out, Kathleen. Shirley said nice transition. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. So let's start our new game.
First Charleston.
Sort by suit. Aw, getting some hearts. I love it. Thanks, guys. So we do not have any pairs, but we have some jokers in East and some flowers. We have a little bit of a run. Maybe we should stay in the winds area. Let's get rid of the 1, the 3, and the 9. Unless we play 2023. And get rid of this 9. I don't know. I don't like passing 2 9s. Let's see. Well, we got a west. We got a 4. So let's get rid of the 1, the 3, and the 7. Oh, we got a north. We're getting a lot of winds. I guess these bots don't like winds. So we can get rid of the 8. Let's stick with this little run so we could do east and west. Before we go, let's look at the flowers. The 2 hands with flowers is line number 4, which we are not playing, and line number 5, which would be all the winds with the flowers. We could play that. I don't think we're going to use these. We don't have enough of them. Let's get rid of the red. I hate passing 2. We'll see. Of course we get one back. Let's continue. And we'll get rid of this. Oh, we have a 3. Maybe we should keep the 3. 3, 4, 5. Switch it up a little bit. Oh, we got another west. And I'm going to get rid of a flower, I think. I don't have to get rid of anything. I could just do 2 tiles, but I'm going to get rid of a flower.
Courtesy pass.
9, 7, 7. We're going to do 3. Oh, he only wanted 2. Okay.
4 dot. 7 crack. 8 crack.
Oh, we got a flower back, so let's hold on to that.
9 dot.
I'm going to hold on to my 2 just in case to see how this plays out.
Red.
Oh, nobody's playing the dragons. It's too early to call for anything.
Flower. So 8 bam.
Starting my little run here.
7 dot. Flower. 9 crack.
Nobody's playing flowers.
1 bam.
Nobody's playing those 9s. Okay, how do we want to play this? I think we're going to get rid of the north. I think we're going to do east and west. Let's do that.
1 dot.
Let's see which way this goes.
So 2 crack. 6 bam. Call. 8 dot.
Oh boy, those are the 6s. I think we passed over there. 1 6 at least.
Flower.
Wow, nice. The winds are coming in.
1 dot. 4 bam.
We could call for the 4 for our Kong, but then we would need a 2 for the pair. I don't think I want to do that.
9 bam. 6 crack. 9 bam. 4 bam.
Oh, there's the other 4.
2 crack. Call. 7 dot. 7 bam. 2 bam.
Oh, there's 1 2.
East. Green.
5 dot. We don't
5
need.
dot. 1 bam. 9 dot. 9 dot.
We can get rid of the flower.
West. 2 bam.
I should have called the west, but I'm going to call the next one. I don't want anybody to know what my hand is.
8 dot.
Oh, should we switch to 2023?
South. Mahjong.
Oh, well. I was thinking about switching to 2023 also, but we got rid of the flower, so I don't think that would work. Okay, we just never got another pair to see if we're going to do 2 3 4 or 3 4 5. At this point, all the 4s were out, so I was probably going to do 3 4 5 and get rid of the 2 for my next discard. So Annie won 3 4 5 6, another consecutive run win for Annie. Well, I think Amstead won it last, but now it's Annie's turn. It's the Pung Kong Pung Kong. Amstead played 1 3 3 5 line number 5, which is, oh, with opposite dragon. Yep, missed that. Kurt played consecutive run, line 6, 2, 3, 2, 3. Same one he played last time. He played 1, 2, 1, 2. One thing I wanted to point out, I did pass double 9s to Amstead. He did not use them, so that was a good thing. And then I do think somebody I passed a flower to and nobody used it either. So that's another good thing. Sue said East-West hand looked good. Darn. Kathleen said the bots have lots of success with consecutive run, pung pong hand. Yeah, it's because it's one of the easier hands to play, especially when you have jokers. And Shirley said Annie has your 5 bams. Yeah, it's a bummer. That would have been a bummer. Yeah, I probably would have played 3-4 with the 5 bams, so I wouldn't have won. And Sue said I had a nice hand. Yeah. Okay, next hand. We're going to win this one. Optimistic. They're going to win it. So we have 1, 2. And that's all. 1, 2. So we could play 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of the upper numbers. 6, 7, and a west. Oh, we're getting more wins again. Shall we hold on to those wins? We just passed a win and we got a win. Oh, that's a terrible pass, all those dots. But to make you feel a little better, in 369, there's not a hand where you can use 6 dot, 9 dot with a soap. You can use a 6 dot with a 9. I mean, with a soap, but not with the 9. We're doing it. Oh, here we go with the north and south with a run. Maybe we should try the winds. I'm trying to decide. These ones, I think they're throwing me off. I have a little thing here, 1, 2, 3. But if I played with north and south, I would only need a pair of ones. I'm going to get rid of it. Oh no, we got a little east. Do we want to keep it? We still have 3 tiles to pass. Let's continue.
Second Charleston.
We have a 2, 3, and a 1. I'm going to get rid of it. 7, 5, 6.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, we picked up the other 2. I'm going to do just 2. I'm not going to dump these flowers this time. I could do 3 if I did north and south with a run. I'll do 3.
Flower.
Got nothing.
Flower.
I can't believe they throw those flowers out so fast.
Flower.
Yep, look at them all throwing them out.
9 dot. Call. 7 crack. 7 dot. 8 crack. 5 bam. East. 7 bam.
Oh, maybe we're playing
1 dot.
2023 hand.
Bam.
But I think we got rid of the white. But
8 dot. So.
there it is.
4 dot. 3 crack. 9 crack. 8 dot. 4 dot. 6 dot. 7 crack. 5 dot. 7 dot.
We have no white for the soap, so I don't think we're going to play a 2023 hand.
9 crack. 6 crack. 8 dot. 7 bam.
Maybe you could play 1, 2, 3
5 dot.
in a consecutive run.
2 bam. 2 bam. 6 dot. 1 bam.
Or 2, 3, 2, 3. That would be interesting if we changed our hand
4
completely.
bam. 1 bam. 1 crack. 1 crack.
Oh, we got another flower. Don't think we're going to use it. The 4 flower hands in consecutive run would be 1, 2, and then 3, 3. Don't have another 3, but we could keep it if we think we're going to change there. Let's get rid of this 2.
2 crack, call, 4 bam.
Decisions, decisions. Do we want to play 1, 2 with 3, 3? Or do we want to play north and south? So 3 flowers are out. Decisions. Maybe we'll get rid of the winds.
North, 1 bam. 5 bam. 4 dot.
5 bam. Nobody has that.
5 bam. Joker swap, 4 bam. 6 crack. Call, 7 bam.
Ugh, now we get a west. Darn it.
West, Joker swap, 2 dot.
Oh, everybody's grabbing the jokers.
5 crack.
I was looking for some 3s.
South.
A 3 crack is out. 2 3 cracks are out. We'd have to call the next one if it goes out. Of course, I get another flower.
South.
I'm looking at 1 2 3 3. We're missing the other 3s.
3 dot.
Oh, nope, that's not what we want.
North. East. 8 bam. 6 bam. Red. Call, 3 bam.
Oh, Kongs and Kongs of Dragons. Where can she be playing? Pretty much north, east, west, and south in line number 6 in Winds and Dragons. I believe that's the only hand. Oh, and then it could be 2 and 8. She could be playing 2 and 8. There's our 3 bam we wanted.
7 dot.
8 bam.
8 bam. Joker swap, north.
Diana says, I'm a new player. What are you playing if it's not a 2023 hand? I'm playing a consecutive run hand, Diana. I'm looking at line number 7 in consecutive run.
So.
We don't have any white dragons, so it's hard to play that hand. Now, Kurt's playing 2 and 6, a pung of 2s and a pung of 6s. So what hand is Kurt playing? Yeah, this is quite dangerous.
South. 8 bam. 1 dot.
It's going to end up being a wall game for me.
4 bam. North. 7 crack. 6 bam.
Oh, there's the other 3.
8 crack. Mah Jongg.
Ah, I knew it was them. Shouldn't have thrown it. I was looking to play 1 2 3 3, but I was trying to also keep open flower, flower, 1 2 3, which is line number 5. So yeah, that stinks. I shouldn't have thrown it. Oh well, I knew they needed it. They were playing line number 3, 2 4 6 8. That is where, lesson learned, so here's a good lesson for tonight. If you know they needed it, you don't throw it. You break up your hand and you don't give someone Mahjong, because not only if you're playing for money, I gave Kurt Mahjong, I have to pay him double if I'm playing for money, and everybody else I would force them to pay. So game over, right? Nobody else can win, so that stinks. Amstead was playing 2 4 6 8. Oh, 2 and 8. I don't know what he was playing. He doesn't even have a 2 and 8, so he was really stretching it. He had a long way to go. Annie was playing 6 9 with 9s. She is missing her 3 and a bunch of 9 cracks. So those two had terrible hands, Amstead and Annie. We had a better hand than them, except we were missing some 3s, and I think a lot were out, actually. So that stinks. Sorry that I gave Kurt the win, but congratulations, Kurt. We have time for one more. Let's see if we can end on a good note. No jokers tonight. Really stinky for me. We have 6s and 8s, which would bring us to 2 4 6 8. Sixes and eights. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Sixes and eights. Okay, 9s, 7s, and 7s. Oh yes, Kathleen. Kathleen mentioned that Amstead had to switch his hand when the third South went down. His hand went bust, so he had to switch hands, and it was a long shot. Yes, I agree, Kathleen. Yep, that's what he did. Makes sense. Let's continue. Maybe we could play... Is there a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand? Oh, there's a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand in singles and pairs. I like to do challenging things. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8. We can give 3. Maybe we could play 2, 4, 6, 8 in one suit with 6s. So let's continue. We don't really have a strong hand yet. 1, 9, and 5. 5, 5, and we have the 8. So singles and pairs, it would be 2, 4. We're missing pairs of 6s. That's a long stretch. Maybe we should just keep what we have and pass the 2 5s. All right, let's just pass 2. Let's see what we got.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, we got the 6. Why not try for singles and pairs? We could try it. We need 2 flowers, but there are 8. Let's get rid of the last 3. Let's be bold.
So.
Nothing. It's all right.
5 dot. 1 dot. 4 bam.
I like that singles and pairs. We could see if we can make that.
9 crack. So. 7 dot.
We need 2 flowers though. Oh, there's 1. Perfect.
7 dot. 1 bam.
How fun would that be to end on singles and pairs hand? Ah, they're feeding it to us.
4 dot. 1 crack. Red. 5 dot. South. 4 dot. 5 crack. Red. 5 crack.
Kathleen said, when you're playing versus your players, do you pass like numbers as readily? I always think of my hand first, Kathleen, and then if I had tiles that oh, we got the 6. If I had tiles that I could change out, I would not want to pass like numbers,
1 crack.
but I try not to. So maybe on here I think less about it, but usually when I'm passing it, it's because it's the only tiles I have. We just need a 4 crack for the win. I am so excited. It'd be nice to get this.
Call. North. 6 bam.
Where's a 4 crack? Don't let me hit ignore. I tend to do that when I'm talking.
Joker swap. 2 dot.
Oh, come on.
5 crack.
4 crack. We need 4 crack.
So. Red. South. Call. 2 dot.
Oh, I hope nobody gets it before us.
8 crack.
4 crack.
8 dot. 9 crack. 8 dot. 1 dot. 9 bam. 1 bam. 5 dot. 1 bam.
Ah, we don't need this 8.
8
I'm going for it. I want that 4 crack.
red. 1 dot.
Ah, I'm getting rid of it.
Joker. 9 bam.
I'm 1 tile away.
9 dot. North.
Yay! We did it! How exciting. We're playing singles and pairs, the bottom right hand corner, line number 4. And we have Mahjong and we picked it ourselves. Fabulous.
Mahjong.
What a way to end the night. So all those other games were so worth it to win on this nice, beautiful hand, and that's very, very exciting. Let's look around and see what everybody else was playing. Amstead was playing Winds and Dragons, line number 5. He had a nice little hand. He still had 4 tiles till Mahjong. Annie was playing 1-3-5 with Matching Dragons, line number 4. Very nice. She was 4 tiles away. And we have Kurt, who is playing 2 flowers with 7s, any like numbers, and he was 4 away. So quite exciting to end on singles and pairs. Woo-woo! That was a nice ending for tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's lessons on house rules, please type comments below what your house rule is if you play a house rule. Sometimes people don't even realize they're playing house rules. That's why I gave you them tonight. And it was very exciting to play, to end up like this. Sometimes you just stick it out until you get that win. I had some really nice hands tonight. We were only, all of them, I think, were only a few tiles away from the win. And it was a great night playing by National Mahjong League rules, which I do prefer. I just wanted to bring to you a topic that was pretty much discussed a lot on all the Facebook pages, so I wanted to put it all out there so that you had a reference for all the places where you could change the rules if you'd like. And again, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and we'll say good night and have a wonderful week. And if you need to get in touch with me, it's mahjongclass@yahoo.com, and you can also look on my webpage and look at other videos. It's been a pleasure, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for being here and for interacting with me. I really appreciate that. That makes it fun for me. Otherwise, I'm sitting here talking to myself. Have a great night. Bye.